$4 from Uber Eats for 2.4 miles. $2.46, 3.4 miles. Doordash, $5.50, 6.2 miles. $7.33 for 4.2 miles. $13 for 12.4 miles. $12 for 8.1 miles. $7 for 3.2 miles. That's a good one. Let's go. Buddy, it is Tuesday, July 23rd. It is 6:13 a.m. and it looks like we got something early for the first time in a while, because it's so early in the morning, and normally I don't get anything for a long time because of that previous strategy that I was doing. But now it seems like I'm back to the normal routine so far. We're going to be going to the Starbucks that has been closed for a long time, and it's been under remodel, and now we'll get to see it for the first time. Let's see how they improved it. Hopefully they have a dedicated pickup station for delivery drivers. Boy, that'd be really nice. I'm trying to think what they could possibly do to this Starbucks to make it more efficient. I really can't think of very many things they could have done to improve it. I mean, the way it was laid out was just seemed to be the most efficient way to set it up. So, well, I guess we're gonna find out here in 1 second. It did seem a lot better. They had a lot more counter space now. I didn't really notice where they displayed the pastries and stuff, but I did like that there was so much more counter space. So it gave you they gave them a lot more room to set bags out on the counters, and they didn't seem like they were so crammed together like they used to be. So it definitely was an improvement, and it seemed brighter in there. It didn't seem as dark. Okay, now we're going to be going to a house, gated community, and it's just 1.2 miles from here, 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, here we go again. We're inside the community, and guys, we've been here many times. Every place we go, we've been here many times now. And we have to go through one more guard gate to get in. It's a nice day to be out on a cruise, get this thing dropped off, and hopefully we'll be able to do a lot of deliveries today. Let's see here, go left. Alright, I think this is the house with the crazy dogs that start going berserk when I get to the door. Alright, let me enter the code here. Uber Eats, $9.01, 8.5 miles. No. I'm going in. Here we go. Okay, let's see. And it's gonna be the house on the left. But I have to make a U-turn because of this concrete divider. I'll turn around here. And it's not this house, it's the one here with those crazy dogs. Let me make a right. They have a really hard curb. All right, here I go. All right, we got our next one from Doordash, $7, 3.5 miles, going to Starbucks. Let's go. So I did that Starbucks order earlier at that new location, and then I had a bunch of errands I had to run after I dropped that off, and I got that taken care of. And then a couple of offers came in that were, they were $2 for every mile, but they were kind of far, and I didn't really feel like doing any shopping, so I just didn't take it. And then a low like $5 offer came in for like 1.5 miles to go to Starbucks, and I just was like, I don't even feel like doing that one either. So I skipped it too. And then it was quiet for a while, and I thought, well, what am I doing? What am I trying to do today? And I think in general, my thought process was to just focus on doing things that are nearby, unless they're high dollar amount and there's $3 for every mile. So if they're nearby and if they're at least $6 or $7, I'm gonna go for it. And if they're far away, then I probably am not gonna do it. But if they're somewhere in between and the money's good, like it's $3 for every mile, then I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I'm just kind of in a mood this morning where I was just like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm not really feeling like working today, I guess. It's my general feeling. So, but you gotta work. So you're like, well, I gotta work. Gotta make some kind of money. So I'm like, well, if I do a combination of simple jobs, like the Starbucks runs, and then and take those, and then also keep my options open for harder things, but I know those are going to be few and far between, then I think I'll be okay.
Have a good one.
You're welcome. The order, and it's gonna be a leave at the door. How far away is it? I don't know. 6 minutes, 2.2 miles. Okay, let's go. That's the Starbucks on Pebble. The first one I went to this morning. I guess people don't know that it's open, because when I went in there was nobody in there. And when I went, of course, at this one, it's packed with people, and they're not that far from each other. They're like maybe a mile, maybe 2 miles apart from each other. So I was just thinking that other one's people probably still think that one's closed. And I'm trying to think if I even saw any seating. I don't think they got their tables and chairs yet. But I don't think that would change people's opinion, because I think people usually, when they go into Starbucks, they usually just grab their stuff and go. So yeah, maybe. And also it could be that maybe it's not in the Starbucks app system yet, where people can see that it's open. maybe. You know, people are such creatures of habit that, like, if you close something and they get used to going somewhere else, it takes a while for them to go back to their original habit of where they went before, because, you know, they get into a completely different routine, as if that particular location went out of business. Oh, I know what I forgot to tell you guys. I had an email come in from Uber the other day. It was yesterday. They said that somebody didn't receive their delivery. And, you know, nobody likes to get a nasty email from Uber saying that, because you're like, uh-oh, am I gonna get the boot? But I couldn't figure out who it was, because I went through all of my deliveries that I did with Uber for the last week, and every single one of them, they tipped me. And I'm like, well, everybody tipped me. There's no tip reduction for the last week from anybody. And I was like, well, let me look at my rating. Let's see if my rating went down. And my rating's still the same. So I'm mystified as to what happened. The only thing I can think is that somebody thought that they didn't get their delivery, and they complained and pressed some button, and then minutes later they found their order. That's the only thing I can think. That's the absolute only thing I can think. It's like somehow there was a mix-up. Maybe a spouse or a coworker got their order but didn't tell them, and then they went to wherever they thought it would be, and it wasn't there, and they just panicked and reacted. That's all I could think, because I don't see anything because you know, it would be normal behavior, right? If somebody was upset that they didn't get the delivery, obviously they would 100% make sure I didn't get the tip, right? You would think. And then the other thing you would think they do is they would give a bad review. So if not both, then one or the other. So I don't know. It's a mystery. All right, I made it past the guard, and at this stop sign coming up, I'm gonna be making a left. Oh dear. And then I think after that, it's just another quick left. Yeah, just another quick left. And make sure I get the address right. Okay, it's gonna be on the left-hand side. It is this one. No, I think it's all the way to the back, I think. Oh, there's a gardener right here. I hope I'm not blocking anybody. Yeah, it's this one right where the gardener is. Great. I'm going to park here. I'm going to go all the way down here to the end, and then I'm going to go over there. Let's do it. It's okay. Everything crazy just happened right now. I was trying to deliver, and the guy almost came at me with those hedge trimmers, and then it was so loud it was hurting my ear. And then once I got back in the car, an offer came in from Doordash, and it was one of those borderline ones where I was like, should I take it or shouldn't I take it? And then I was just trying to back up and get out of that narrow road that I was in, and a big giant SUV behind me started to turn in and blocked me where I couldn't back up, and they wouldn't back up. So I was like, the Doordash thing was counting down, and the car behind me wasn't moving, and I couldn't back up. And then finally I was like, well, I'm just gonna back right into you if you don't move. So I just kept backing up, and finally they're like, oh shoot, he's gonna hit me. So they backed up, and then I got out, and then I made my way. But I lost the Doordash offer, and I don't know, it was like $9 and change for like 4-point-something miles, and it was only shopping for 5 items, and I don't know. I don't even know right now if I would have taken it or not. I guess if it was borderline, who cares? All right, anyway, let's move on. Our next one coming up, it's going to be from Uber Eats, $10.28, shopping for 5 items, 2.2 miles. Let's get in there and shop. I got to show you the shopping list. I forgot. Sprouts, grain-free, fully cooked, chicken tenders. Sprouts, pasture-raised, large grade A brown eggs, medium Haas avocado, Del Duca Genoa salami panini. And the Sprouts, grain-free, fully cooked chicken tenders again, on a roasted chicken. Did they just add something? I thought I saw it flash for a second. Well, at any rate, let's get over there. Oh man, this chicken's strong today. Whew. I don't know why that chicken smells so. Let me open up the vent. Man, reeks. Oh God, I want to tell you what happened, but God, this smells so bad. Oh, making me sick. Man, I'm gonna crack the windows. Oh, the kids are screaming. How fun. You get one unpleasant experience for another. It's like, would you like the bad smelling stench or would you like the screaming children? Oh man, so crazy. Well, I got everything except for one item that was not in stock. I asked them for help. They didn't know where it was. I went to the substitutions. The substitution wasn't available, and then it gave me suggestions. It's like, here's some suggestions on what they could possibly like instead. I'm like, okay, I'll add one of those suggestions. And so I did, and they accepted it right away. And I tossed that sucker in the cart and hightailed it out of there, and I accidentally pressed the button. I'm still shopping for you. I'm still worried. Like, there's some sort of default thing that comes up right in the middle when I was trying to press the checkout button, and the default response to the customer was, I'm still doing your shopping. I'm currently doing your shopping and I'm busy, is what I think it said. And then of course there was no line at the checkout, so I didn't even have time to respond to the customer to say, whoops, never mind, I hit the wrong button or whatever. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? Okay, I think the smell hopefully has dissipated by now. Because it's hot. It's almost 100 degrees. Okay, I have a gate code. Come in through the gate. I think I've delivered to this person before. Yeah, I've delivered to this person before, so I know where I'm going. All right, let's do it. In. Oh, the gate code, it worked. Let's park it. Let's park the car and deliver these groceries. I think this customer normally sends me a message after they say to meet at the door. They send a text message and they say, just leave it at the door. Let's see. Yep, they do it every time. I don't know why. The mystery of people and why they do what they do is beyond me. Okay, let's do it. Have this stuff on. Okay, we got something coming in here from Uber Eats, $13.08 to go to Albertsons, and we're going to be shopping for 6 items, and we have to drive 5.8 miles. Let's get going. Okay, I've got to make this turn here, and then we'll go over the shopping list. Let's see, we got a banana, 6 of them, milk, cilantro organics mint, open nature boneless skinless chicken thighs, and then a watermelon bowl. It doesn't seem too bad. Let's do it. Trying to think of a story to tell you guys that happened like way in the past, and I think this particular story I'm going to tell, it happened, I think I was in my college age, so I was probably like 20, I think 20 or 21. So I went to a San Diego Comic-Con, you know, those conventions where they have like science fiction and comic books and stuff. So I went there, and you know, I'm a big Star Trek fan, the original series, you know, with William Shatner and all that. And so I went there, and I was just wandering the aisles, like, you know, looking at comics and booths, and then sitting all by himself was the guy who played Chekhov. And I went up to the table, and I got nervous, and I just started looking at things on the table, but I was the only person there, and he was just staring at me, like waiting for me to recognize him or to say something. But I got so nervous that I just kept looking at the stuff, and then I looked at him, and I just walked away. And then I felt bad. All these years later, I still feel bad that I didn't at least acknowledge him and say, you know, I loved you on the show, or, you know, something. But, you know, it's just one of those goofy moments where, you know, you're young, and you know, when you get nervous and you're young, you get real quiet. So I blew it. Alright, we're out of here. Got everything in the car, and I think I found everything except I think the cilantro was not organic. It was just the regular kind. Everything else was fine. Got in and out of there no problem. And now we're going to be going, I think it's a house. We have a gate code, and it's a meet at the door. I'm trying to get out of here alive. All right, let's see here. I'm clear here too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, everything went fine inside of the store. There wasn't any major issues at all. I was just rolling along and got through it. I got a little over 20 miles on the car now, so now I'm starting to wonder if I should just park and wait for something. But I'm not in exactly a real popular area where I'm going to get a lot of offers, so I'll probably have to drive more towards, there's a McDonald's further west of here. Maybe I'll go that way and wait. I hate waiting though. I don't like to wait. So Yeah, I'll figure it out. Oh, I just looked again, and it's not a house, it's an apartment. That makes more sense now, because when I saw the street I was turning on, I was like, well, there's no houses over there, it's all apartments. So that makes more sense. So and I think I delivered to this customer before. The name sounds familiar. It's been a while, but I think I've delivered to him. I think he lives in one of these places where when you get there, you can't tell which front door is his front door. It's like the address and the front door are not next to each other. And I remember being really confused, like, what door do I knock on? So I think it's going to be that same situation again, because it's been so long, I'm not going to remember which door it is, unless he finally put a sign on his door saying what his address number is, which I doubt, because people, they don't think about it. They don't think about us delivery drivers and the confusion that we get sometimes with these deliveries. So, well, I'll show you guys when we get there, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Before I'm stuck, there was a guy in front of this guy who didn't know the code and gave up, and then he left. And now I got this guy who doesn't seem to know the code either, but he's been here for the longest time and refuses to just give up and let another person try. He somehow thinks like magically if he just sits there, the gate's gonna magically open, but he's holding us all up. It's like the rest of us, we know the code. If you would just move forward, we could put it in. But no, I think he's actually probably calling somebody to try to get a hold, and they're probably not even gonna answer the phone. I'm sure it's just gonna go to voicemail. Oh man, this job. Oh wow, somebody else finally just took the initiative and pulled up next to him and told him what the code was, and then he entered the code, and there was 5 cars behind us, and we were all just waiting. I would have normally have done it, but his car was so close to the call box, I just did not want to deal with having to be sandwiched in between that stranger and the call box. So I was like, I'll just wait. So anyway, we're here in this beautiful area. These beautiful, I guess these aren't really apartments. I guess these are townhouses. But they sure don't look like it. They sure don't look, I mean, they're townhouses, but it's not an attractive place to live. Let's see. Let me see. It's going to be here on the left. Oh, gosh. See if I can find it. Oh, come on. Let's see. Is this it? No, that's not it. Well, they didn't mark their building right. None of these are it. So now I'm lost. Now I'm just going to just keep wandering until I find it. Oh, no, that was it. Boy, this place is confusing. The address number is not what's on the thing. It's an apartment number, which is totally different from the address. It's crazy. I think this is the guy right here.
Drop off on the left.
Just jump out of the car and hand it to him. Complete delivery. Whoop whoop, toot toot. Hey, I have 7 miles left on the car, and it's 100 degrees. Oh gosh, I hope I'm not lost. I hope this is the right way to get out. And let's see. Yeah, this is the right way to get out. And yeah, I don't know if I should just park or what I should do, because that's not, and it's only 9:30. I'm not tired. I don't know. What should I do, gang? Should I take a poll? Let's take a poll. Should I keep going and put more miles on my car, or should I go home and end the day? It's still early. It's 9:37. I can't possibly end my day so early. I got to at least do another hour. $4.40 For 4.7 miles, McDonald's, no. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head towards McDonald's and I'll park, because that's about 1.5 miles away, and at least there I know there's a possibility I could get something going back towards home. All right, let's try that. I want to get something that's going to take me back towards home, because I really think I want to do maybe just one more, and then that's going to do it. That should be fine, and then I can head home. And hopefully it's going to be something that's a good dollar amount. Let's see, do I turn here? No, one more. And actually, I think I can park at, let's see, there's a CVS that's going to be coming up after this light. Maybe I'll park there, because then that'll only put another 0.5 mile on the car. And that way, maybe I might get something at that, I might get an offer from Albertsons again. And so Albertsons and McDonald's, they're pretty close to each other, so I'll try that. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And you can see nothing's coming in though. This whole area is not as busy as it is near my normal hotspot. $6, 2.3, shop for 8 items. Get out of here. That ain't gonna happen. You're out of your tree. Let's see. One more light. $5.46 for 7.5 miles. I don't think so. Yeah, I'll make a left here. And then, yeah, I'll just turn into the CVS. Like, that's the closest place I know that has restaurants. They're not super popular, but they have restaurants there. And this way, I don't have to put more miles. $6 for 2.8, and it's Starbucks. Oh, shoot, I wish you would have told me that sooner. Well, let me make a U-turn here. Let me accept. And then I'll make a U-E. Head to your pickup, everyone, at Starbucks. Let's do it. It's going to be the Starbucks that they just recently reopened and remodeled. I'm going to take a closer look and see if they actually have tables and chairs, because I don't remember. I just remember it had this big counter. That's all I can recall. And I think this was a good decision to make, because it's taking me closer to the hotspot. So we're getting paid to be near the hotspot. So after this delivery, then I should be able to park and wait for something, and it'll be something good. Two. It worked out good, and yeah, you saw they did have seating in there, so the remodel looks like it's complete. And so yeah, and there were finally people in there, so that was good news. Looks like things are starting to settle in back to normal. And it seems like all of the people, or the majority of the big personalities that I remember being at this location, are back. So I guess they just were relocated temporarily to another Starbucks, I guess. And yeah, because they're still there. They just suddenly at least there's that one lady there. She has a real big personality, and she's easy to remember because she's so sociable with everybody. It's crazy how sociable she is. Come on, senior lady, tell me you're turning. Yes. Even though you see these seniors with their blinkers on, you never know if they just accidentally have the blinker on or not. So you got to really watch them. Okay, so now we're headed off 1.3 miles, 2 minutes. It's an apartment, and we have a gate code. The main gate is on this road. Please don't knock. My dogs don't like it. Well, the gate code worked, so that's good news. And now we just have to find this building number, which I think it's gonna be this one here.
Turn left.
I'm just gonna park here, and then I can actually wait for my next offer just sitting right here. I think it's kind of shaded too, so I'm good. Ready? Oh, I'm sitting in the car. Look at me. I'm just hanging out. I got just 3 miles left on the car till I hit 30 miles. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's 9:54. It just wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't make sense to go all the way back home. Because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to start driving back home, and then I'm just going to be like, I'm done. So this way, I know I'm not putting miles on the car. I'm only going to sit here for about 5 minutes, I think. And if nothing comes up, then I'll start making my way back, and then I'll shut it off. So let's see. I don't know if I have anything exciting to tell you about this delivery. There was nothing exciting. $12.01 makers and finders, 3.7 miles. But I have to go up to Dragon Ridge Country Club, but that's still pretty decent. The only bad thing about makers and finders is that the food is never ready, but I guess I'll just take it. It's good money. Accepting. All right, we made it into the shopping center for makers and finders. I'm just not very optimistic about, about it being ready. And the drop-off's going to be in that Dragon Ridge Country Club. So the wait's going to be long. Ugh, this person has no common sense. Took forever to make the drink. The food was just sitting there, but they're like, oh, we have to start the drink. I'm like, yep. And the process they have to do to make these drinks, it is so complicated. It can't just be like a regular cup of coffee where they just pour the coffee and hand it to you. No, it's like a whole ordeal that they got to go through to get it done. We're going to be going into McDonald Ranch, not the Dragon Ridge Country Club entrance. So that's going to help, because usually this entrance is a lot quicker than the other one. 1.8 more miles from here to leave at the door. 7 minutes. It looks like it's way high up there inside of McDonald Ranch, so it's probably going to be one of those giant mansions. Now we're up here going towards the top of the mountain where the giant mansions are, the $20 million homes or whatever they are. They're ridiculously expensive. They used to be cheaper, but now with the inflation and all that stuff, everything is sky high. It is like 15 to 20, sometimes $30 million.
Turn right on Dragon Peak Court.
And yet they still don't have their own mailbox. They have to share. They have to still drive down the hill to pick up their mail. I always think that's so bizarre. It's like you own these houses that are super wealthy, and yet your mailbox is still far from your house, that you actually have to drive to where your mailbox is. That's weird to me. But I think someone in the comments said that they have an agreement with the post office that any new things that are built now, they cannot have a mailbox at their property. It has to be a community mailbox. I guess because of, you know, the limited resources that the post office has, that they can't do any more houses that, you know, they can't go door to door to every single house anymore. So they have to consolidate all the mailboxes in one particular spot. So it's just the way it goes. Sorry, millionaires. You're gonna have to just be like us common folk and walk to your mailbox. When I lived in California, that it's unheard of. Every single person in California, if you own a home, your mailbox is right at your curb. And that's the way it's always been. I don't know if it's that way now with new developments, but any house I've ever had or lived at, the mailbox has always been right at the door. Man, they're still building more of these giant mansions. So crazy. I bet you it's going to be the very last house. I'd be willing to bet. Oh, I went over 30 miles on the car. Oh dear, this is probably going to be the last one then. Because now I've completely maxed out my miles. So this will be our last one of the day. Man, and I hope it's not that giant one where they locked me in. I don't know if you guys saw that video where I got trapped inside that giant property. And it had this huge gate.
On the right.
I think that's what it is. I'm not getting out of my car for this. I'm going to just park. I'm just going to go in their driveway and drive in. If it's the same house. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, did I pass it? Uh-oh, that's not that house. I think I passed it. Uh-oh. Turn around. My bad, I'm so busy talking. I'm like, they can't be the only millionaires that order food. Let's see. I think it's this house right here. Let's see. Yup. I almost passed it, gang. Missed my turn. They've been doing so much construction up here that I got confused. Man, wait a minute, where am I? This doesn't look right either. It's telling me to go this way, but what is that? This doesn't look familiar. It still says this is the right way to go. Oh man, everything looks so different. Maybe I'm taking a shortcut because the navigation says I'm going the right way. Oh boy.
Take the next left onto Dragon Peak Drive.
I hope it's not taking me to some place where I'm going to need a key to get out. Man, these places are wild. Oh, that's quite the dip. Let's see.
Turn left onto Sleeping Dragon Drive.
Okay, well, it's taking me back to Sleeping Dragon Drive, so it's got to be the right direction. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to turn off my navigation because I was going to just still filter through offers thinking maybe something will come up as I'm making my way down that'll take me towards home. And I might as well, now that I'm over my miles. Let's see. I'm just gonna stay on this road until it has me exit through that gate that I originally went through. This place is just too big for its own good. Let's see. And I remember this. I don't go straight. I turn left. That I remember. Yeah, I definitely turn here. Hey, 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 hey. I don't know why these people buy such giant houses. I'm sure it's just for an investment. I bet you a lot of these rich people don't even live in these houses. I bet you they buy them and then they just flip them. They just hold on to them for a while. Okay, I'm still on Sleeping Dragon, so I would hate to come over here at night. I would get so lost. Yep, there's the gate, and the gate's open. Okay, I'm good. Well, I'll let you know when something comes in or whatever else happens. Once I'm out of here, though, we can do the wrap-up if I don't get anything. I got out of McDonald Ranch, so I guess I'll wrap up and and then go home and take a break or take a nap or whatever the heck I need to do. We did pretty good today on the money. I think we're either at $50 or close to $50. And I went a little bit over the number of miles I wanted to do today. But I guess that's not a big deal. It's an arbitrary number, just like everything, just like the dollars amount. I'm always just saying like, well, whatever happens, we'll just try different things just to see how it goes. I'm not someone that likes to really commit to really anything because it's not relevant. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just like to go out and cruise around and get a little exercise. So it starts to feel a little bit irrelevant to me, the money and all that stuff. So I just like, I don't know. I try to just show you guys whatever happens in the day, and hopefully it's interesting and that you guys enjoy it. Yeah. And if you don't enjoy it, I'm sorry if you don't enjoy it, but I'm just showing you what I got to show you. And that's all I can do. I mean, you just every day, if you don't like this one tomorrow, guess what? There's going to be another one for you to watch. So maybe you'll like that one. But yeah, so today was sort of an average day. I started off the day really not wanting to work at all. And then I sort of got in the groove and I was okay doing it. And so it is still fun for me to just keep trying to mix it up and do different things. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, what the strategy will be tomorrow, but I think it is nice to do a few coffee runs in the morning and then do shopping on the second part of the day. You know, when the stores finally open, because, you know, when I start at 6 a.m., the stores aren't open yet, at least not like Target or, you know, a lot of the bigger stores are not open until usually around 8. So I figure between like 6 to 8, well, most likely I'm going to try to focus more on just doing coffee runs and that type of thing. So that way we get those type of things in the videos. And then in the afternoon, we can do a little shopping or whatever, restaurants, whatever happens to come our way. So anyway, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.